Hello everyone, it's Justine, and I am back here with some wax seals. Have I gone off the deep end with wax seals? A little bit. It's just really neat to do it. And recently I've been glimmering a lot. If you saw my video from Yana's collection, I think I posted that yesterday. When this video goes up, it will be yesterday. And I love glimmering now. I'm a wax seal gal. I love card making. So here I am today, back on your screen with some new wax seals from Spellbinders. Now, if you have not watched the first video that I posted about wax seals, I think that was in November or maybe October, but I have a video on my channel that I will link right in the description of this video, but it's all about how to actually wax seal, how I do it with the Spellbinders system. So if you're interested in knowing how I do it, please watch that video. If you're not interested in watching it, but you're just curious, what do you do with these? Stay tuned. So Spellbinders came out with 4 more wax seal stamps. So first we have this little bow tie when it's all finished with some shimmer pen on it. You can see it looks something like that. And the neat thing about wax seals are they all are going to look different. So you can see this one is a little more lumpy and it's just a little different. Please do not mind my underside of my nails. I have Copic markers I was changing some nibs on, and the alcohol it's on my nails. I promise you my hands are clean, but alcohol markers and my nails, I don't know, it just seems to be stuck in there. Anyway, moving along. So here is that bow tie, and here is the little tic-tac-toe OXO, and then there's that teeny heart in the inside. That is so sweet. When it's finished, it looks something like this. Here's another one. Then I have this one, which is kind of like the little flowers, a little rose moment in there. And when this one is finished, it could look something like this with some marker colored on it, and without, just looks like this. Here's another example. Here's it in red. The fun part about wax seals are they're all different shapes. I really like when they're not perfect, if that makes sense. Now to color, oh, hang on, we have one more. And we have this one that says, "Have a nice day." So it's probably backwards on camera, but here it is going the right direction. I have 2 of them there that have marker on them. You can see, "Have a nice day." Really sweet and nice. So we have all 4 of those. I have a number of cards that I have finished here. I'll show you those at the very end, but I used all 4 of these and made some cards with that, with the new stamps. I'll just push these off to the side. They're going to be used on future projects, I promise. If you're curious about how I get the marker on there, I use paint pens. So for my silver, I have this one is Deco Color. I believe this one's sold on the Spellbinders website. I'll have to double check, but I'll try to link that in the description as well. And then the colored wax seals like this one and this one, this is the brand I use. It's called Overseas Paint Marker. I don't really know much about this company, so I've only used these a couple times. They seem to work okay. They do say low odor, and they are way less smelly than this one, but I don't really mind the smell. But if you are sensitive to smells, just be aware, paint pens are usually very smelly. To start it off, I will just say anytime that I am using the wax seals, I really love using this die. Now this is the sealed twine. It's meant to look like there's twine wrapped around the card, and then there's the seal on there. And it's just one simple die like this, and it creates this fake twine look, and I can't stop using this. It's just a problem. So there's that. And then For my sentiment on this card is the Happy Mother's Day. I used this stamp set from Spellbinders. Let's see, it's called We All Dance Sentiments. Right there, Happy Mother's Day. It's from this one where they had the little legs that swung underneath. Adorable. But I love these sentiments because they're really simple. They have Mother's Day, they have Father's Day, and that is coming up, in a couple months. So I figured, why not make a Mother's Day card now? And with this card as well, I'm using the embossing folder, the 3D embossing folder that came out here in January for the clubs. This was extremely popular on the website. They sold out and they had to put it back on. It was the whole thing. So I'm glad that I have it. And to kind of just accentuate the flowers even more, I added a little bit of my Copic markers. I'm pretty sure I used the BV, which is blue violet, some of those tones just to give it a little bit of shading. And then if you can see, there's a little bit of sparkle on the flowers, and that was my Wink of Stella brush. So I have my blue paper here already on my cardstock, already on my card base. So I'm going to go ahead and work on my card front now. So when I use this twine, I kind of like to set up my card just by placing things on, just to see where things are going to go first. So something like this. I have my little bouquet. Now these flowers are also a die set from Spellbinders. I don't have it on my desk right now, but I will link this little flower trio here in the description of the video. But I die cut those out in white. You can kind of see on the back. And I used my Copic markers to color the cardstock, which is something that I have been doing recently, especially with the flower cards that I'm going to post about later this week. You'll see I used white cardstock and then went ahead and added Copic markers to them. Alright, so I want my flowers to go kind of in the upper middle of my archway, so I think that's kind of where I want them. I have my wax seal, just kind of hold them down for a minute here. Get my fake twine under there just to kind of see again, how is this gonna go? And then I have my Happy Mother's Day that I need to put somewhere, and I cannot remember if I wanted to put it above or below. I think I was thinking about putting it on the top. So this is the general layout that I was kind of happy with as I look at it. I think it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to slide this off for now and just kind of remember it's going to go right about there. And with my twine, I need to get that on first. So I will slide my flowered bouquet out as well. So to put on my fake twine, I'm going to use my Bearly Art liquid glue and add that on. Just going to put a little dot of glue down on the card base and then layer it up. Now this silver is the mirrored cardstock, so it is just a little slippery with the liquid glue, but that's okay. I'll just have to be kind of delicate and gentle. Now I'm going to take this die and wrap it around the back like this and like this and fold it over. Now to save on a little bit of weight and just glue, I suppose, I'm going to actually tape down this die on the back, if my tape cooperates with me, and then I'm going to cut off the excess, just again saving on weight for mailing. And I'm going to have the wax seal on there, which is a little heavier. I'm going to have some embellishments, so this is going to be a heavy card anyway. So let's just get rid of some of the extra stuff. And no one will ever see the back of this anyway because I'm gluing this to the dark blue piece of paper. So to me, no harm here. So that makes the twine. Now that I have my twine all set, I'm going to work on the flowers next. So I'm going to get the bouquet again set up how I'd like it. Then I'm going to put my wax seal on. Now to do this, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this silver circle. It's going to be covered up with my wax seal. And really all I want this glue to do is just to kind of grab on to this flower bunches and just hold it for me. So I'm going to put it right about there. And I'm probably going to have to trim off some of this extra green on the bottom, and that's just fine. That works for me. I think the flowers on this die really coordinate nicely with the flowers on the wax seal. So to me, it all kind of comes together. Now I'm going to put just a little more glue on the back of this wax seal, just so that will be like a little sandwich for my flowers here, just to hold them on. It's kind of slipping around, so I'm just going to slide it how I want it. Just adjust the little greens. So I have my Happy Mother's Day here, and it's been matted on some blue cardstock, so it does have a little bit of weight to it. You can see I did 3 layers of paper there, just for, you know, fun. It's a Mother's Day card. I think our mothers deserve our very best. So I'm going to stick it right about there. Maybe I'll center it in the middle. Why not? Fortunately, I have to cover up that big flowered area, but such is life. This flower wants to wiggle, so I probably will be adding a little glue underneath there. But let's just work on trimming the bottom here. I'm going to trim it kind of at an angle so it looks a little more natural. And I'm going to make them all different lengths because I don't want it to look too perfect. There we go. And then I'll take a little bit of glue and just stick down a couple of the leaves or flowers here because I don't want it to fall off, but I don't really want them to be completely flat on my card base, especially because I have this really wonderful embossed folder on the background. I don't want it to be a flat area because it's supposed to be as if there are some flowers glued right onto this card. And of course things moved, so what would it be without some glue on your hands? Now I could leave my card as it is now, but I have been trying to use up some of my gems, so I'm going to use some of these. I think I'll use the blue ones. I think I'll use my gold ones on here, gold and blue, just because I think it kind of coordinates with the color tone scheme, with the color scheme I've got going on here. Just keep it cool and blue. I like to work in 3s, so I will just put 3 on, and darn, I wish this was on the other side so I could put one going here. Right. But so there is my finished Mother's Day card with the wax seal right on there. Beautiful. Now I get to show you the rest of the cards that I have made with the new wax seals. So let's just start off with a Christmas card because it was just Christmas, and I'm sure some of you are really sick of looking at Christmas, but you know, 'tis the season, last season. But I had this stitch die that I had stitched already, and it was just sitting on my desk, and I had not cut out the J-O-Y for joy yet, and I thought, what if I used a seal for the O? And I think it turned out pretty cute. So there's that, and that's the Stitch Joy die from Spellbinders. Then let's look at this one, which I used the OXO, the little tic-tac-toe, and I made this one. Again, I used the embossing folder from January, the 3D one. The flowers were from this die set with the flowers here. The sentiment is from the add-on sentiments from the stitched die of the month for January. So this was the add-on stamp set. Now this one is from the collection that Yana just put out. That's that Wonderful Sentiment. It's a very delicate, pretty little card. And I used the embossing folder from January, just the regular embossing folder club item for that background as well. And here's this one with the pink flowers. I thought this was really fun too. It's the same flowers as here, and the glimmered background was that like wood oaky tree glimmer plate, and I will link that in the description if you're interested. And this stamp set is from the same Sentiment stamp set here that again was from that stitched die of the month. Just a little peek at my sentiments. This is how I do it. I have this on my desk. Now I can have these and pull them out whenever I want. So just a little something for you. And this little box, wax seals came in, and I've used up all of these gold ones already. And instead of throwing the box away, I thought I could use it for something. So they're holding my sentiments now. Now here's my last one. I think that this might be one of my favorites just because I like the green, the gold, and the purple. To me, the colors just really pop for me. But I have this flower die is the same one that I used here on the Wonderful card. I will link that in the description as well. I have that twine again, and this embossing folder. I think this is a 3D embossing folder, and I think it even came with my platinum, my 8.5-inch platinum. It came with it, so there's that. I don't remember the name, but if I can find it, I will link that for you as well. And of course we have the Spellbinders gems. So like I said, this was my favorite. Which one is your favorite? I'll lay them out here. We have 6 to choose from today. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Is it the Mother's Day, the Christmas, the Yana Wonderful purple card? Is it the XO Tic-Tac-Toe green and purple? Is it the bright red one? Or is it the pink birthday Make-A-Wish card? Let me know in the comments. And I'd also like to know which stamp is your favorite. Which one would you pick up if you had to choose? Or maybe which two, because I think it's kind of hard to pick one because they're all really cool and they all are for different occasions. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite card? Which stamp are you going to pick? Anyway, I will have all of the products that I used. I will try my very best to link everything in the description. But if I miss something and you just cannot find it on the Spellbinders website, let me know in the comments, and I can at least try to remember a name of a sentiment stamp or a stamp sentiment or a color of paper, anything at all. Let me know in the comments. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that you get to make some wax seals very soon and have just as much fun as I did. Thank you for watching. Bye.